Hey guys, Professor Fat Shady from the University of Trials, here today with a bit of a random video. A couple of things I want to show you. I just got a box in the mail. The box was huge and it's just to the left, right, whatever way that looks to you. Oh, and to show you a little bit better, how about I do that? I wanted to show you what came in the mail. Auntie Ilveso, the creative director from Redlinks, me and him get on kind of well. And I was talking to him recently, I think after, so I had a video that went up a little while back about the 5th key and about the Trials Riddle and a bunch of different stuff. And it somehow hit the front page of Reddit and made good 120-odd thousand views in about 48 hours. So I politely had a chat to a mate of mine over in Helsinki and I said, Auntie, any chance of you sending me a hoodie or something? I said, come on man, 120,000 views. Dude's got to give me a hoodie or something. I said, well, I went to Helsinki in February. They didn't have any of the merchandise there. I'd love to get just a little bit of Trials gear, just a little memento. And I figured, come on, 120,000 views. That's worth something, right? Not only did he send me a hoodie, and I'll show you that in a second, he sent me a bunch of stuff. So let's go through this real quick. So I basically just raided their storage unit. Trials t-shirts. So that's Evolution gear. The Trials Evolution hoodies. I don't know if you guys seen these before. Kind of nice too. Little detail on the back. Little Evo logo. Chuck them on the floor. For my daughter, from Micro Shady. Now she's gonna have to be a few years old, but check that out. Trials HD, man. This stuff is out of print like 4 years ago, and I've got one of these for my daughter, so she's gonna have to wait a few more years to get into it. But you will see a young woman going around the streets of Sydney with a Trials HD shirt in pink. Love it. Now, my favorite... Actually, come on, let's go a few more. He sent me this. A picture, which you may or may not notice, but the guy on the left, I think it is, this guy, gamer tag, Fat Shady Live. When I had my old t-shirts playing against Villa, one of the QA testers, I think, playing in Helsinki 2012 when I was there. For some reason, I think that was up in the office, actually. Anyway, so that's there. For anybody who's been watching the Trials live stream, yeah, he sent me a bunch of rubber ducks. That's just Auntie for you. What else? Now, these things are kind of cool. The Trials Owner's Manual. I'm going to open one of these up and just so you can see the contents of this. I didn't even know these existed until I was in Helsinki earlier this year. Effectively what you get is two posters, a green one and a red one. They do different things. Open them up. I'm probably not going to open them all up, but just a bunch of crazy, quirky, different things, little pictures. So it's got a little thing like this. Violence in Trials is cartoony, and a bunch of bombs. There we go. The level endings are worth the wait. I love this one, actually. There we go. Trials features a goofy sense of humor and it's all about fun. And that is a dude riding a donkey. And see, Trials guys will get that joke. You will get the joke. You'll understand what a donkey is. And a bunch of stickers. I got a bunch of these today and stuck them everywhere at work. Laptops, monitors, whatever I could find. I got these things all over my desk at work, so I'm kind of happy. What else did he send me? My favorite bit. Favorite bit. This guy. Look at that bad boy. I absolutely love this hoodie. Sorry, I'm looking at myself in the monitor to make sure it's in frame. But yeah, absolutely love this hoodie. This is by far the best piece of trial kit that I've got. This is a shot of the front. Nice little logo, zip-up hoodie, nice quality, really good fabric. I don't know. I will absolutely be wearing that with pride all around. Get my mic. Except, and this is the other thing, yesterday, you've probably already seen, University of Trials merchandise. I went and got these things printed only in the last 24, 48 hours. I'm not selling them, don't ask, you're not going to get them. They cost not massive, but more than enough for me to say it's not worthwhile trying to sell these things. But anyway, I've got myself some stuff. I'm kind of happy. I've been wearing hoodies every time I make these videos. It's still pretty cold here, so kind of good timing. I got a few shirts as well, so if I do get out and about, you'll see me in those things. So that's my little swag brag? Yeah, I'm going to go with swag brag. The good thing is, and the reason why I wanted to show you this, some of this stuff, I'm certainly going to keep the Fusion hoodie and a few other bits and pieces, but a couple of the hoodies, maybe some of the Evo stuff, definitely, and definitely, you'll laugh at this, that is 20 odd of these things. I have a stack of them. Not sure how, not sure when, not sure why, But yes, I do plan to give these out on the channel, so stick around, do all that stuff. This may be additional swag that goes out. Now the only issue is, you have to appreciate from a postage perspective, to try and get these things shipped internationally is probably not worth the effort, so it's more than likely going to stay to local guys. Don't let me know if you want one. I'm going to offer them up in competitions, and maybe if I just see people around. So, but anyway, I got some cool stuff. I got hooked up with a bunch of swag, and I'm kind of happy. Now, that's been 5 minutes of me talking about random auntie stuff. I said this is a random video. The next thing I want to show you is something, and I really think I need to take myself off there, and then I need to get that up and running. I'm going to show you now. I'll give this a brief introduction. I'll let you watch a piece of it, but I don't want to steal this guy's YouTube views because I want a bunch of people to go over, check his channel out, subscribe to him, etc. Put some great stuff up. This is a guy called Retribution. I don't believe anybody will challenge him on this when he says that this is the first ever zero fault run of the B1 with the bike challenge, which, if you remember, is the one I did in 100 and something faults, and it's where you complete Inferno 4 without being able to see the bike. I say that again, zero fault. So here we go, this is just a little intro to what he did. Just a few teasers. Oh. Zero faults. Not going to show you anymore because that's not fair. I'm going to put a link to that in the comments. Please go over to check his channel out, subscribe, etc. And have a look at this run in its entirety. I think it does it in about 2 minutes, which on a good day I wouldn't be able to zero fault this track in 2 minutes, and certainly not consistently, and absolutely not without the bike visible. So congrats to Retribution, you have done a fantastic job. Now, given that I'm just going in this random theme, I'm now going to do a bit of a tutorial. People have been asking me for ninja tutorials. If anybody has a really good ninja level 1 track that they can recommend, you want me to go through, let me know in the comments and I will take that through one of the subsequent videos. But for today, a little bit of a tip. So this isn't quite a ninja tutorial, but it's kind of just a bit of common sense that this guy Puddin's World has put together. Now he's a guy from up in Queensland in Australia who I've known for a little while now. He has put together a track, and effectively this came about because he was struggling on Rock of Rages, and he wanted to learn how to do the, the second, third last checkpoint where it's that weird angle on a box. He wanted to learn how to get better at that technique. So rather than just complaining about it, or rather than just raging on that track and all the hassle to get to that point, he went out and built the track. It's not pretty, it's not the greatest track design I've ever seen, but that's not the point. What he's done is figured out that if you want to just recreate an obstacle or a particular technique to practice, it takes no more than 5 minutes. I mean, I might even show you here at the end, but it takes a couple of minutes to put this type of track together, and like now, I will struggle on this, obviously, because it's a demo. Here we go. But here we go. But he didn't just do one, and this is the cool part. He kind of did it and went, alright, let's escalate, let's take it to a new level. And then let's do a slightly different variety where the box is taller and where the gap's bigger, and as he goes along here, it kind of just progresses. So, this isn't about, this video isn't really about this track or tutorial. If you want to, if you want to see this, it is called Rage Trainer. His name is Puddin's World, PUDDINSWORLD. But it's more, I guess I just wanted to show you that I just thought it was a pretty clever way. And I've seen this done before, but I don't know if everyone has necessarily thought about it. And I might as well. So anyway, that was the little hot tip from the University of Trials today: is do what this guy has done. If you're getting stuck, see if you can recreate the obstacle yourself. Practice the hell out of it; it'll become a lot easier. I'm really struggling on this one. The other thing, actually, you know what? Let's chuck in another bonus tip. This little. I'm just gonna. It is the fapping technique. I can't get away from that term anymore. I've always tried to, but it is what it is. Where you get your front wheel up, So the idea is you get your front wheel up on the box, and then while holding brake and accelerator at this, well actually, yeah, holding accelerator and leaning forward, tap the brake, and the faster you tap it, the more sort of forward momentum you'll get, and you'll be able to lift the back wheel. Yeah, this. Alright, what I was doing to do that was tapping X on the Xbox, square on the PS4, and if you're using a keyboard, well, you're probably going to struggle regardless, because that's not fair. But anyway, like this. If I didn't use that technique, I wouldn't have made that. But make sure you use the buttons. I used to use the trigger, which I ordinarily use for brake, the analog triggers. Because they're analog, it's harder to, basically it's not as responsive and it's not as effective technique if you use the analog triggers. You're much better off using the buttons. It's a digital input and you just get 100% so much quicker. Anyway, I'm not going to bother finishing this track because, do I want to show you something else? Here we go, another bit of random video. Someone else had asked me over the last week or so to talk about the technique where you do a reverse. You basically can ride up a steep incline. So I picked this track here, bad texture glitch, but have a look at this. Alright, the steepness of this incline, you'll only find this on ninja tracks, but the steepness of this incline is too steep for the bike to be able to go up. Full throttle, there's absolutely nothing I can do here except fault. However, lean back at the appropriate angle, and it's a bit of practice, a bit of hit and miss. And again, I'm not a ninja guy, so this doesn't come super naturally to me. Start to get a taste of it there. Too far, almost. No, there we go. Now I can get up. All right. There we go, and I'll chuck in a fender grab technique for the fun of it too. Oh, fail miserably. I didn't want to do this. Actually, I've never made it this far past on the track. Actually, this is cool. Actually, that's funny. So you just saw the fender grab. So the fender grab is where you get your rear wheel over, and basically between the rear wheel and the fender and the back wheel, accelerate, and it'll flip your bike over. The next technique, this might be a good track. The next technique is actually where you swing your bike over the edge here, hold down brake, and you should, I haven't done this for a while, theoretically, that does that. So you see there, by holding the brake and gripping it, and again this is kind of, ninja tracks do a lot of this, they stretch the laws of physics and they stretch the sort of rules, and I guess they exploit some of the unique physics and the behaviors of these bikes. So if you actually get your back wheel, hold down brake, it tends to grip a little bit longer than you'd expect, and it can. If you swing your body weight around, your momentum will actually swing you up and under a ledge. So as you saw there, I should have just dropped straight down. I'll see if I can do it again. Probably can't. I'll fail. But anyway, that was a couple of quick random tutorials mixed in with a bit of a swag brag, mixed in with a bit of a shout out to Retribution for just being an awesome rider. Yeah, it was a bit. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I knew I had something else. Come on. Yeah, 13 minutes. Let's go. Let's be random. How do I build a track? I don't even remember. Create. So from the main menu. So let's just go. I'm going to just. I do not build at all, and you'll notice this in a second. So effectively, what you need to do is put a start and end point down on the map. Let's go from there to there. Now what I want to do is go into your objects. I want to grab an object. Let's go this guy. But this is the idea, right? How do I snap it to the driving line? I don't remember. There's got to be a button for that. There is. I've seen people do it. They suck. But anyway, so what you can do by rotating, but I should zoom in a bit more. So the idea being, let's say I want to recreate that Rock of Rages track. So here's what I want to do. I want to have a bike. I want to have a jump at about that angle. I want to copy it. I want to get to this axis, have a straight piece. That looks kind of like the obstacle, doesn't it? There you go. So very, very quickly, very dodgily, press and hold, there we go. One more object, let's go. Plates. I think this is how you build a track. I've literally never done it. I don't think I've actually ever built anything. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever built anything. So, but this is... Oh, come on. What am I doing wrong? Go. So there you go. So that was ridiculously rough, and that was a guy who literally doesn't build tracks at all. But what I've been able to do is go into, and I've obviously got the wrong bike here. Yeah, so totally wrong. But you know, in 30 seconds with no understanding of what I was doing, and I built it wrong. But you get the idea. I was able to put a start and end point down for a particular track. I was able to put a piece of plate up here. I put a gap, and I created an obstacle that did this. Now you fiddle around and tweak this to your heart's content. You spend as much time as you need to, and and there's plenty of tutorials and plenty of community people that will give you a lot of pointers, especially on the Red Links forums, and plenty of good track builders out there that can help as well. But what I wanted to show you is how easy it is to be able to go into the editor and just create something. Now, hopefully, and I've said this a number of times, having people go into the editor is beneficial for all of us, because it means that we all get awesome content and awesome new tracks and all this cool stuff. So anyway, that was the conclusion. Now, let's call this the conclusion of my ridiculously random video. I was having kind of a random day, and I figured I'd just throw a bunch of stuff together in a vid. Thanks for watching. Do your normal stuff. By now, I'm assuming, yeah, by the time you see this, I should already have 2,000 subscribers as well. So, buddy, kind of stoked about that. The channel's been building. I think only it was about April I hit the first 1,000. So, yeah, very, very much appreciate all the people that want to follow, all the comments, all the feedback. Everything's been supremely positive, and that again gives me the motivation to keep making more stuff. So, let me know in the comments what else you want to see. Actually, interestingly too, DLC's probably out by now. Have to play that one next. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll get back to making more. Cheers.